This is the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Voyager class Apeface. Looking good. Pretty neat. I picked up this figure at Hobby Corner. And here is Apeface out of packaging. And robot mode looks very nice. It's a great update of the G1 toy. Proportions are great. Tons of kibble at the back. Don't know how they could have resolved that. You can see the gorilla head sticking out on his rear end. Jet nose cone up there. Wings are nicely stowed away and clipped at the back. It's got the shield, which is the sort of top part of the jet. Made of glossy plastic. Really nice. Okay, the figure itself, really cool. Love the colors on him. He's got this really nice Decepticon purple. Some weathering on his shins, on his shoulders. Nice silver paint apps on that. It's got a nice little blaster rifle right there. Pretty cool. He's got this really translucent pearly white, not pearly white, but sort of off-white plastic. It looks premium, but it feels a little bit on the light side. That's fine. You have it here. I'm actually, my concern really more for it is if it will break or turn brittle over time. I don't know. It looks like that, but I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. Okay, some nice purple feet right there. Very cool. Paint apps turned out great. Hardly anything to complain about with paint apps on this figure. Quality control on silver, on everything else looks really nice. And they only had silver paint, I think. Silver and black paint, that's it right here. Oh, a little bit of white paint right there. But that paint apps are great. Articulation for the figure. He's got a ball joint Titan Master head. He has two heads, the Apeface, the ape head, and the robot mode head. We'll show you the Titan Master or the Headmaster later on. Ball hinge shoulders. He's got a bicep swivel, very tight. Double jointed elbows, mainly because of transformation. No waist or torso articulation. Ball hinge hips, thigh swivel, hinge knee, some bit of ankle rockers, and toe articulation. I think this is a very definitive Apeface, at least a modern take on a classic G1 figure. Now for size comparisons, here he is with fellow triple changer Springer. Oh, he's actually a little shorter than Springer. I thought Springer would be a little shorter than him. He's actually much shorter. So let's transform Apeface. We'll do the gorilla mode first, then the jet mode. Okay? So take off the weapons, gun, blaster, and the shield. All right, now apparently you can store the ape head or gorilla head underneath that nose cone. So not as much kibble as I thought it would have, but still a ton of kibble at the back. Okay, attach right here. Okay, remove the headmaster. It's a really nice, cool looking headmaster. Ball jointed arms. Ball jointed head, and yeah, not a lot of detail. The feet are together. You can't really move the feet independently because it forms the face. And I'm glad they did that. They didn't have to split that. I think that was a smart move on the part of Hasbro. Okay, so that's that. We're going to use this as head for later. Okay, and from this point on, what you want to do is do the arms first. Let's do this, and then fold up 4 arms back and lock in place. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. It's just, it'll stay there. Just get it out of the way. And then what you want to do is, do the same on the other side. And then you're going to lock the shoulders right here. There's a tab underneath there. It's supposed to tab in here. Okay. Do that. Okay. Tab everything and you're good to go. Just fold the untab. There's a peg right there that you need to untab. Right there, and fold the hind legs of the gorilla back Okay. And then these, the wings, they just fold back down. Just collapse them down like that. It can be a little tricky to move it up and down. Not a big fan of this kind of transformation. Okay, fold this one down and it's gonna stay right there. Okay, now here's the tricky bit. Instructions say to fold this, and then unfold this one, this back hind legs, or the robot legs. Fold them on. It's really tough. I thought I was gonna break it. My suggestion is don't fold the feet up yet. Just flip out the ankle rocker hinges, and it's a lot easier to do that because there is a small, teeny tiny peg right there that pegs onto that. You can flip it out and then flip this one out, but you want to take care of that over time. You don't want that one getting brittle or breaking, so the best thing to do is just flip out the ankle rocker joints, fold this one out, and put it back in. Easy peasy, nothing to it, okay? And then what you want to do is line this up because it's all going to collapse into that. Detach the knees right here. Go ahead and fold it up. Fold up that whole shin and leg assembly right there, and see there are already peg holes right there for those pegs right there. Wait, let me just get it out of the way. Okay. And they sort of all collapse and tab in to a solid position. But I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced with the transformation, honestly. It's a little flimsy for me. Okay, and then this one, these tabs are supposed to peg in under. So this lower part of the body, the robot mode, is just, transformation is just all over the place, and it was very frustrating. It was honestly quite a chore just to do it. So just line up those hind legs. Okay, all right, they don't tab in anywhere, they just stay there. So you'll have to see and adjust where the shin pieces they cut off, and then this piece just kind of fits in and nestles in right there. Okay, and then like I said, these things just tab in underneath. They go right there. Okay, and then go ahead and fold out that gorilla head, and that right there, there's a big clamp right there. It's going to clamp on here, and then this one, these pieces, these notches here are going to go in there. Kind of tricky, but oh, it always feels like you're going to break it. Okay, and then right here, just, oh, like I said, I was saying, okay, right there. And the arms, the gorilla arms, just fold them out that way, fold them out this way, and fold out the fists, the gorilla fists. Okay, right there, there. Then the hind legs, they go fold out this way. Zoom out, see it better. Okay, so there. Got to position it so that the front legs or front arms match up with the hind legs, so you can have them in a crouched four-legged position right there. Okay, all that's left is to add the robot head. Now just reverse it and it's become the gorilla head. Okay, and then the blaster. Oh, don't forget about this one. This one you wanna slide on over right here. This is also the position in jet mode, so it stays nicely there. And then this one, like back cannon, like a big cannon on his back, and there you go. There is Apeface in his ape mode. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Zoids mech, gorilla mechs, but it kind of works up right here in front. I think it works. But at the back, again, all that jet kibble is just hanging on his back. Arms are here. That's what the old G1 toy did, so I guess you can't blame Hasbro for trying to copy the old G1, but still, this is an updated version. I wish there was a way that the wings could have just compressed a little bit more. This thing is easily forgivable because most Transformers have that the nose cone just stays at the back like Windblade and all that. So okay, but all of this is just ruining the silhouette at the back of the ape mode. So, okay. I mean, if you're okay with it, then I guess it's fine. I mean, if you had the G1 toy, you probably wouldn't mind it. To me, I'm not completely convinced about it. The front mode looks really great. So, yeah. And obviously do a lot of articulation on this one. Like, the teeth, the jaw doesn't move or anything. Like, turn him into jet mode. Get rid of the blaster. Get rid of this guy. He's going to be the pilot. So put him in a seated position. Okay, and then get rid of this. Fold this one out. Okay, and then these things are supposed to stay in place, so don't touch it, don't move it or anything like that. All right, just fold the arms back, and tab them back in here. Okay, doesn't really tab, it's just a nice little flat peg that it just slots in right there. It's not tab or clicking sound or anything like that. So, and then what you want to do is detach this part, just this part. Okay. There, and then fold it back onto the cockpit. That, and again, this thing's come undone. It's really a chore, but once you get into the beast mode or jet mode, it can be a little bit satisfying. So this one, okay, just these great big pegs right here, they're going to peg in right there, and that's probably one of the more difficult ones to do because these are not as solid. See, they're going to have some give or spring to it, so you'll have to hold on here and just push that peg right in there. Same with the other side. Just hold here and then just tab it in right there. So once you've done that, it can be pretty solid. Okay. Then the hind legs, just fold them up like that, and they're gonna tab in where they were in robot mode. So like that. Okay, they don't really tab in, they just kind of stay there. Okay, and then the wings, you're gonna fold laterally like that, and you're gonna fold them back down or push them back down. Kind of thing scares me because I know it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to pull it out. And then this one, open the cockpit. I'm sure any Titan Master, Prime Master will fit nicely in there. Okay, close the cockpit. The small jet shield is gonna stay right here. Don't put it all the way in unless you wanna have a difficult time removing it, because you can if you want to, all the way in, and then it's gonna be a bit of a pain just removing it. See, so my advice is just put it a quarter in, not all the way in. And then the gun, there's another hole nearer to the end of the nose cone, and just put it there. It's a little loose, but it's okay. And then this one, this piece just slides down right there. Okay. And there you go. There is the jet mode of Apeface. Kind of reminds me of the IDW Blitzwing, where there's a huge robot, just they put some little wings on it. It's like a tank robot underneath that whole just wing assembly. And is it convincing? As a jet, maybe. Up here on top looks okay, but under the bottom, well, yeah, if you can ignore all that gorilla bit and robot bit. So yeah, kind of reminds me of Robotech type of jets, but it is in the Siege line, so I guess it'll fit as a Cybertronian aircraft. So yeah, would have been nice if the cockpit were actually here instead of at the rear. So some final thoughts on this figure. Should you get it? Well, if you're a big fan of the old G1 Apeface, Headmaster Apeface, which was a triple changer, yes, absolutely. This is a great modern update to that classic figure. As a Transformer, as a triple changer, is it as convincing as maybe like Springer or Astro Train? I'm not so sure. Transformation was really a chore on this one. It wasn't as satisfying as I thought it was. Albeit the alt modes, once you get them there, jet mode and ape mode, they can be very satisfying. But just to get them from in between modes, can be a little frustrating. The flimsiness of the engineering of transformation wasn't as pleasing to me as I thought it would be. I had high hopes for this figure, but sadly, it's something I feel I don't need, and it's probably not for me. So I know there are a lot of Apeface fans out there. Best of luck to everybody hunting this one down. I know this is going to sell fast because it's a classic character. But as it is, if I'm being honest, I think I can only give this figure a 7 out of 10 for me. The transformation really ruined it for me. A lot of the kibble really had a lot of deductions in terms of points and playability for the figure. But, you know, overall, it's a pretty decent modern rendition of the G1 Apeface. So, yeah. So, let me know what you think of this new Apeface figure. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. I hope you've enjoyed my little video review. This has been the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Voyager class Apeface. Thanks for watching.